Kick off for those who don't know about 10 Capital. You know most of it, but maybe not all. And so, do we have the slides there?
Yes, we do.
We'll do a quick run through of these. We'll probably skip the video at the end for saving time. But uh, most of you guys know a little bit about 10 Capital, but maybe you would like to get the full story. At 10 Capital, we help startups and investors connect for funding. And we're trying a new format today. We'll be talking about that here more in a moment. Next slide. We help startups connect with investors. We help with fundraise strategy, valuations. We do analysis on the deal using AI tools and also build diligence reports with that. In short, we provide the legwork, saving you time and money to get prepared to meet investors. Next slide. So we have several events each month. We have a pitch and match. This is the one we're in today. We also have a life science syndicate event. It's a 10 by 10. Each company gets 10 minutes to pitch and 10 minutes of Q&A from the investors on the panel. The pitch and match that we're doing today is going to be more of a speed date thing, 5-minute pitch to everybody, and then you have 10 minutes in each breakout room. We also have an investor education session. We do that first Tuesday of each month. Includes both tech and life science deals. And we also have an in-person event each month as well. We just finished Houston and are on our way out to LA for our next event. We are spinning up a number of events in Austin, Dallas, and Houston each month for in-person meetings as well. If you want to learn more about 10 Capital events, go to 10capital.group and look at the events page and you'll see what we have coming up. Next slide. Everybody here is already in the program, so if you wanted to join, you would take a picture of that. But since everybody's already here, we can move to the next slide. We will give you a survey at the end. Looking forward to your feedback. We do read every one of these and we do action them, so we look forward to feedback on what we can do to make this one better. Next slide. We have a chat bot. We're not going to go through the video right now, but at heart, we are putting a lot of our tools into AI. We just launched a new Substack newsletter called 10 Capital Connect, and we're going to be using that to put out AI prompts of how you might want to analyze a deal and run with it. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go through and meet our panelists today. The presenters will present in time, but first up is Benjamin Salazar. Benjamin, can you tell us more about yourself and what you do? Can you hear me, Ben?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and tell us more about yourself and introduce yourself to the group.
Hi, is this just to the group of guys here?
That's right. This is it right here.
Oh, hey. So Benjamin Salazar here in Austin. And so I've got an investment and advisory firm here focused on energy, primarily on energy, natural resources, and technology. And so it's advisory work usually in like business development, fundraising, and customer acquisition.
Great. Thanks.
Sure.
Jacob, can you tell us about yourself and your group?
Sure. My name is Jake Swakstra. I founded Tricelta Development. We're a full service real estate development firm focused on hospitality, mixed use verticals in both commercial and tribal projects.
Great. You're an individual angel investor?
Yeah, I've invested in three deals from you guys.
Okay, great. Next is Mohammed. Mohammed, can you tell us about yourself and what you do?
Hi all, thank you for having me again. I'm Hamda Khisa, founder and CEO of Crown Acquisition Group. We are a boutique firm helping startups and small businesses optimize their financial operations from accounting and bookkeeping to fractional CFO strategic support. And I help the companies presenting here make sure they have a good deck, good information, and support them in any way we can.
Great, thanks. So each company is going to get 5 minutes to pitch. The order is going to be Intel first, William Price second, Scribble third, Pharma and Silica fourth, and then EV Jack fifth. Again, just 5 minutes, just give us the basics of it. Then we'll be moving each of those groups into one of four breakout rooms. Intel will be one, William Price two, Scribble third, and then Pharma and EVJect will both go into the fourth breakout rooms. Benjamin will have the first breakout room, Jacob be in the first, second, and then Mohammed the third, and I'll be in the fourth as well. And the goal is to spend 10 minutes with each group to talk about, answer any questions the investors has about your deal. And when the time is up, we'll let you know at 9 minutes past it's time to get ready to move. And then at 10, you move from room 1 to 2, room 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 4 back up to 1. So the idea is you just do a round robin. So you spend some time with each of the investors in the room. We've done this in person. And it worked really well. People really like the idea of getting to meet everybody and answer everybody's questions and get a sense of what their interest is. And so now we're trying it online for the first time. So we'll look for your feedback on how well this works. But with that, let's have Steve Keys kick off with our first presentation at NtelCare. Steve, go ahead and launch your slides and kick off when ready.
All right. Nice to meet everyone. My name is Steve Keys, CEO and founder of NtelCare. We are, we lead with AI and technology focused on transforming the senior living industry from a reactive care model to a predictive or proactive care model. When you look at the problems this industry faces, and I'm going to focus on our target audience, which is assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing facilities. Okay, and the issue is not the significant number of seniors that is growing each and every year here in North America and globally. The issue is really related to falls and liabilities. It's litigation, it's readmissions that result in revenue following the patient, and then it's the state reducing their star rating, which significantly impacts their ability to recruit new members. It's caregiver shortages and burnout. It's a stressful environment, significant amount of documentation that's done by nurses and CNAs, which results in a really low retention rate. And then the other real issue here is no real-time insights, which is where we are coming in with a predictive set of AI models.
I am Brian Clary. I'm with William Price Distilling. I'm one of the co-founders here at William Price, and we are talking about crafting the future of coffee cocktails. So our vision is to be the new standard in coffee cocktails and develop a lifestyle brand, which is at the intersection of coffee spirits and premium coffee culture. Right now, we started out as a whiskey distillery, but we've pivoted more towards the coffee liqueur segment due to several different factors. One is that it has a dominant market player, Kahlua, that is a legacy product that isn't really addressing the market. It's also a growth market that's growing at 3.5% CAGR versus the rest of the industry. This allows for a TAM of $4.2 billion, and a lot of the growth comes from the espresso martini craze in bars and restaurants. Again, we're looking to attack Kahlua. They have a 75% market share. However, since they are a legacy brand, they aren't really protecting their market share right now, which leaves the other 25% available for growth of a lifestyle brand that's on the trendier side. So Kahlua doesn't keep up with the coffee revolution that you've seen over the last decade or so of all the unique and growth little coffee restaurants and cafes. We have a coffee liqueur right now, and we're looking to launch additional SKUs that I'll get into later. Our coffee liqueur is one of the best in the world. We won a gold medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Awards. We use a locally crafted coffee called Katz here in Houston. They're the largest craft coffee roaster in Texas. We've also won the best coffee liqueur at American Distilling Institute every year that we've gone. So three of the last couple of years. Our target market is the upwardly mobile Gen Z and millennial female who likes to go out and drink and have a coffee cocktail. They're looking at that espresso martini, and they seek authenticity in their products, as well as a product that they can be proud of and build into their lifestyle. We have our business model and growth is focused on a couple different pillars. One, we want to do the lifestyle, build brand resonance with our customers. We do have a tasting room, so we're using that as growing our brand initially before and in conjunction with growth through distribution. And then with the significant market opportunity in Houston, where we're located, there's over 7 million people, allowing for a lot of bars, restaurants, and liquor stores to hit in our own our backyard. And then after that, we look to aim to go to Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin as our next strategic expansion before going past that into other markets. Again, our strategic channels, I'll reemphasize and say it a different way. Our taste room is very important. We do a lot of events here. We launch our products here. We have a barrel-aged coffee liqueur that we just launched 2 weeks ago, and we're going to launch our holiday spirit coffee liqueur, which is a hazelnut coffee liqueur, in the next couple weeks. We also have on-premise and off-premise, so that's bars and restaurants. We do have a good partner at Haywire, which is a Texas-wide company that has many different offerings. And we're also located in Specs Total Wines and Longhorn Liquor. Specs is a Houston-based liquor store here. They have about 250 locations across Texas, and we're in almost all the locations in the Texas metro, about 70% of those, and about 70 liquor stores out of the 100 they have in the Houston metro. The one thing that we are pivoting to hopefully launch in the near future is a wine-based espresso martini. Why it's wine-based versus a vodka-based, that's due to Texas law. Texas, unlike other states, does not allow spirits to be sold in grocery stores. They only allow beer and wine. So to circumvent that, we have developed a wine-based espresso martini with some proprietary blend. And that opens up the ready-to-drink, ready-to-serve market, which is a $9.4 billion market. We are keeping that in bottle form versus a can form due to keeping the higher quality of the product and also keeping the price point a little higher. We're looking at the coffee liqueur market because of this number right here in the middle. That's 82% of all offsite sales through distribution is our coffee liqueur. And I'm going to keep moving forward so I can get through all of this. Sorry. We're looking to raise about 2 to 3 million with 1.1 million pledged right now. And a lot of this is growing our brand awareness in marketing and working capital. And then here's our team, me, Zach Hiller, and we have a strategic advisor of Robert Kasperzak, who's our lead investor, who's doubling down and adding an additional $1 million. That's it.
Great. Thanks so much. With that, let's go to the next one. Steve, you want to try your presentation again? Can you unmute and talk to us, see if we can hear you?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Go
All
ahead and
right,
launch your slides and let's do that again.
Let's try that again. I don't know what happened here, but anyway.
I'm not sure.
NtelCare. I'm going to our technology that's really focused on using AI.
Can you get your slides up?
So focused on moving this industry from a reactive care model to a predictive or proactive care model. When you look at this industry, the problem is not the significant number of seniors that are getting older every year. The real issue is falls liabilities. They result in lost revenue, litigation from families, and then the states obviously reduce their star rating, which has a variety of impacts. Caregiver shortages and burnout, very stressful environment, particularly in a very reactive care model, and significant documentation requirements result in a low retention rate for your caregivers and your nurses. The other real issue here that I mentioned, it being a reactive care model, there's lack of real-time insights. The technology is available today that allows us to take data from existing repositories and third-party systems, as well as collecting our own behavior and health data, run that through a series of AI models that begins to give the clinical staff much more clinical insights that enables them to keep the residents in their place of aging. The way that we're solving this problem is a holistic approach. It starts with our contactless 4D radar devices. No cameras, no wearables, no listening. The second piece of this is wherever all the insights, notifications, alerts, and predictive data is delivered. And that's a hardware agnostic platform that allows us to use a variety of third-party devices that really allows us to also show notifications both graphically as well as through an audio tone. The third piece of this is our clinical AI models. And again, that's where we're collecting medication, care plans, doctor notes, behavior data from our own sensors, being able to now take that information, give risk scores and predictive analytics to what may be changing in that particular resident. Here's a real quick example of a device that I talk about, 4D radar contactless. Shows you where it's kind of mounted. When you look at this industry, there's over 60,000 assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing facilities, which is our target audience. That's in the US. Our average client is between 80 and 100 beds per location. That results in about 138,000 a year per customer. Just a very small percentage of the market results in a significant ARR. When you look at the business model, okay, reductions in readmission, when there are falls or wounds, which we're also able to detect, the revenue follows the resident. So if you go to the hospital or therapy, the facility loses that revenue. Liability reduction. We're able to start negotiating with insurance carriers, reducing the premiums of the facility as a result of their adoption of this technology. Skilled nursing facilities, we get reimbursement through Medicare, and that results in about $128 per month per resident. You look at the customers that we've got today, most of these are a part of a large multi-ownership group. So, it's not just one or two facilities. Most of these folks are part of an ownership group that have anywhere from 30 to 50 locations. I'm excited about the team. When you look at the healthcare AI experience and the operational experience, over 20 years of running assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing facilities in a leadership position brings up a significant amount of subject matter expertise to our technology and development team. When you look at the current capital raise, we are doing a $6 million convertible note, of which we've raised just shy of $1 million. What's left of the first 1.5 is at a $15 million, 20% discount note, and then it goes up from there. Use of funds are really to drive deployments that are already under contract, and then some additional R&D on our AI models.
Great presentation. Thanks so much. Let's go to the next presenter. We have Sandeep of Scribble. Sandeep, you launch your slides and kick off when ready.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go and kick off when
Your
ready.
slides too. Great. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate it. My name is Sandeep Baga. I'm the CEO and founder of Scribble Labs. We are AI for post-acute care. The problem that we're solving is the clinician capacity shortage, and patient demand is skyrocketing in our country. There's 10,000 baby boomers that are turning 65 daily, and clinicians are overwhelmed with admin burden, and there's 40% annual turnover, as Steve mentioned as well. Home health organizations are being forced to turn away referrals because they just don't have enough clinicians. This is Sarah, a home health nurse. She drives hundreds of miles a week and sees patients alone and spends a third of her day on paperwork. Most days, she's finishing charts in her car or at the dinner table. There's really no technology to help her. She loves her patients, but she's overworked and exhausted. What if Sarah had an ally, one that could support her through her day, that she could talk to about her patients, helps her finish paperwork, and helped her get home on time and be present with her family? That's what clinicians really need. And that partner is us, Scribble. It's always there with you, helping you whether you're at the bedside in a patient's home, in your car, or at your home. It helps you plan and prep for your visits, chart effortlessly, and guides you with real-time insights so you can focus on what really matters most. That's caring for your patients and yourself. Scribble benefits everyone involved. Clinicians save 40 minutes average on start of care documentation, which is painful for them. It takes them hour, hour and a half, and there's less burnout, more balance in their lives. Agencies retain clinicians can see 1 to 3 more visits per clinician per week. They can get reimbursed faster, which is always a challenge. They have to change clinicians to complete this documentation, and they can bring new agencies can bring new clinicians in. Otherwise, they're always chasing experienced people, which there's a huge shortage of. So, and patients too receive safer and more proactive care. When clinicians win, the whole system wins. So let me share the opportunity with you. One of our customers runs 35,000 visits annually with 40 clinicians. They pay us roughly $3 a visit plus a base license of about $12,000. Our revenue from this single customer is approximately 100,000 annually just for this documentation use case. They're asking us to automate OASIS, which is the Medicare documentation they have to do in home health, as well as coding for these visits that they do. They currently pay their company that provides them that service $64 a chart, and they're asking us, can you do charge 60% of that, use AI to help us improve that? And that alone is like $15,000 revenue for this one customer. There are 11,000 such agencies, and that creates a 1.3 billion opportunity for us. Now, we can then go into other verticals as well, like hospice and some of the other post-acute care settings, and partner with payers, which is not reflected in this revenue. Competitors are building point solutions in the space. There are AI scribes, billing tools, referral apps, and each is solving one task. Scribble unites key clinical workflows. We're being asked today, like I was on a call, customer is asking, can you do these other things too for us? Because we don't want 14 different AIs in our company. And I showed them this roadmap. So we're doing OASIS automation today. We are being asked to provide these other services. Some may add $1, some may be more, but the revenue goes up and adds up from there. Early on, we realized that EMR integrations were going to be a blocker for us, as well as an opportunity, and we invested in that integration framework so we can get new customers live fast. So we're building our proprietary QA accuracy engine as well, which is what they pay for right now. And then we're building a unique data set. Like EMRs are recording what happened after the fact. Scribble learns how clinicians think and treat patients, and that clinical reasoning, that data will prevent hospital readmissions and becomes our moat over long term. And we've designed our pricing also to be usage based, so then they can start at a lower initial cost and then go up from there.
All right. We're at 5 minutes. Can you just give us your fundraise ask?
Okay. So we're raising $2.2 million post-money YC safe at a 12 million valuation cap. With the previous friends and family round, we launched a mobile app now in use in the field. And with the new money, we want to complete all the visits in Scribble. That each visit unlocks new revenue for us and gives us more coverage across the agency.
Great. Thanks. Next up is Pharma and Silica. Francoise, can you launch your slides and kick off when ready?
First of all, I'd like to apologize for the surroundings. I found the backstage of a theater where I can be quiet. So normally I have more light around me. I'd like to have the investor consider that there's an opportunity in cytotoxic drugs, which I will explicate later. There's an opportunity to improve the life of cancer patients and to build a $2 billion company. So the question is why...
I'm sorry, Francois, we're having a hard time hearing you. I don't know if it's a microphone.
I'll have to hold the wire.
Yeah, perfect.
Better?
That's better, yeah.
So I'm literally in your ear right now. So I was saying that we'd like the investor to consider cytotoxic drugs as an opportunity to improve the life of cancer patients and to build a $2 billion company. So cytotoxic drugs are used for chemotherapy and several other intervention for cancer patients. They are everywhere. You'll have that if if there's a other type of treatments like radiation or immunotherapy. They're very hard on the patient. They cost a lot to the health system, to the family and the survivors, and they're bad medicines. They don't bring that much of an advantage in remission or survival. Why are they so bad? The thing is that 99.5% of these drugs don't reach the tumor, but run around the blood to weaken the immune system and other healthy organs. A good chemo would reduce this interference, would deliver enough drug to the tumor, and would safely excrete the off-target drug by the natural ways. The state of the art is kind of sad. If we take paclitaxel, which is a $7 billion market these days, it's basically held by two formulations that are toxic and that are old, which is Taxol and Abraxane. There's a couple of groups in Asia that developed liposomes, which are nanoparticles made of oil. No traction, small market, a couple of product in development, and no one that is based like ours, mean in silica. So I introduce you Upfactly, which is a game changer. It's a silica-made nanoparticle that treats solid tumors, starting with lung cancer. If you look at Taxol, 2 hours after injections, it's gone. And 7 days after injection, our product, Upfactly, is still there. It circulates in the blood for a long time, which increases the possible interaction with the tumor. So you have 6 hours of exposure to the tumor with Taxol and 21 days, which is 85 times more probability to enter the tumor. And we've shown in mice that 5 times more paclitaxel is in the lung tumor. You would think that with such an exposure, we would have worse adverse effects than with Taxol. It's the opposite. The mice are overall in good health, and if you consider that a mice will normally gain 20% body weight in 3 weeks, with Taxol it's only 7, and with us it's a lot more, like kind of twice that. So those are indicators that you would have efficacy and innocuity, because a lot of drug in the tumor and no signs of adverse impact. Same thing with white blood cells. They should be with Taxol much lower, which they are. You see the gray on the graph, and much higher with paclitaxel. And those white blood cells are the first line of defense of your immune system. It's patented. We have more than half of the patent already issued. We have new applications coming, and we are very serious with industrial secrets. The team is small and frugal and contain all the talent necessary to build the oncology nanomedicine company. We have experts on demand for the things that they're better than us at. And we're about to recruit a medical director and a couple of consultants, mainly in the States. I didn't tell you, but we're from Quebec City, to complete the team for the next steps. We've raised 3.5 million so far, and we're launching a 10 million US angel round, maybe family office, maybe several VCs specialize in early stage project, but we're not sure. We expect to sign the first pharma deal in 2028 that would get us cash positive. And there are 3 ways by which we're going to approach pharmas. Those who did sell or are currently selling chemotherapy, we will sell them better chemo drugs. Those who are in novel oncology, we're going to sell them a platform to improve their own candidates and to resurrect failed assets. And finally, we are developing novel products that we will also offer. So our model is to sell licenses at early stage to rich partners.
We are at the end of the time. Can you talk about your fundraise?
I was just getting there. So we expect an exit opportunity about 2 billion value in 2029. On the short term, we have 1.5 million available at this 10 million valuation, which is the 2024 price available to new investor. And I invite anyone who would be interested in helping the patients and creating value to join us.
Great. Thanks. Great presentation. With that, we'll go to our fifth presenter, EV Jack. Craig, you can launch your slides and kick off when ready. We see your slides.
Excellent. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. Excited to show you what we're working on at EVject. We were working, first of all, a little background on me. I've built a couple software companies and exited those. And in 2020, I took some of the proceeds in my previous company and started filing patents on autonomous equipment for electric vehicles. And we were working on an autonomous charger when we kept hearing about this problem, which is when people are plugged in at a public charger, they feel like sitting ducks. We heard from a lot of women that said they really don't want to buy an EV because they don't want to be these sitting ducks in public. And what we've also learned is there's 1.3 million annual incidents of crime or vandalism, some type of assault in public locations, whether it's parking garages, gas stations, and parking lots. And that's exactly where these public chargers are. This isn't new. This has been happening for a long time at gas stations. Every year there's 6,000 breakaways in just the United States with gas stations because of some type of crime-induced panic. And down below, you're seeing a real situation that happened in Canada just last year. There was a lady who got out of her car. She saw these four guys in hoodies with guns approach her. She got out to unplug and they grabbed her and shoved her in the back of their car and drove off. And the reason she had to get out was because she had no ability to drive away, even if she wanted to. So the major difference between a gas station and an EV charging station is the gas station is stupid enough that it lets you drive away. So every gas pump has a breakaway valve. The electric vehicles are so smart that if anything is inserted in the charge port, it disables the drive systems and doesn't let you move. And so we have a symbiotic solution that works with the charging systems. And if you press unlock charge port or stop charging from inside any EV that has a NACS port, it triggers the EVject to disconnect the communication and effectively breaks a mechanical circuit breaker inside that signals to the vehicle it stopped charging. At that point, you're able to shift into drive and pull away. And the EVject splits cleanly into two parts, safely breaking the connection. Keep in mind, it never is moving. The vehicle is never moving while it's actively charging. The charge has stopped. The signal has been sent that it is done charging. And at that time, we let it separate cleanly. The back half stays on the charging wand to protect it as it hits the ground. And the front half stays in the vehicle. It is a one-time use like an airbag or a fire extinguisher. But anybody who has used it, they just message us and we send them a free replacement if they have to use it in a real emergency. We built it entirely mechanically so that it works with all kinds of vehicles. We didn't want to try to tie into vehicle software because that changes and there's a lot of different vehicle platforms out there. But as an example, this is the new Kia EV6. It just came onto the market a few weeks ago. We plugged in the EVject and it worked flawlessly at first attempt. You simply press stop charging. It releases the latch inside the charger, which flips the relay. And as you can see on the right, all the brands are moving towards this new NACS EV charging standard. And so all of these are compatible with our device out of the gate. We patented this heavily. Like I said, we started filing patents back in 2020, and we effectively have a corner on the market for everything having to do with separating an EV from a charger, whether that's inside the charge port, inside the charging equipment, or a separate standalone device that the consumer buys. We've also extended these patents into 46 different nations. It's a massive market. Today, there are 60 million EVs on the road. That's 9 billion in opportunity if we were to sell all of them just the standalone device. But the market is growing by 20% year over year right now. And so just a tremendous opportunity to go not only to Teslas, but all these other vehicles. When we came onto market last year, all of these companies reached out and said they were very impressed and wanted to work with us, from police stations to the Air Force to Walmart, Tesla, Siemens. They all came to us saying, how do we integrate this technology? So we built a team to take it to market of people who are very well versed in this industry. I'll call out Erica Myers, who's there in the middle. She is the executive director of Charin, which is the charging consortium worldwide. She loves this product. She is a female EV driver and has a Tesla and a Hyundai and uses the EVject every time she charges in public. We're already selling. We've sold more than 6,000 units. We've sold just through our Shopify store and through Amazon in the last few months. We just launched on Amazon a couple months ago. We're looking at launching with Best Buy, Home Depot, and Walmart, and as well as AAA and North American Auto Care through auto dealerships. We also see an opportunity to roll this out through insurance companies. Just in the United States, there's 7 million EVs that are insured by some of the top insurance companies. We've already talked with Progressive and State Farm. They're very interested in rolling this out to their policyholders, maybe even providing a discount on their insurance if they use this. If we just sold to 5%, only 5% of the 7 million EVs that are insured in the US, that's a $70 million opportunity at selling these devices. Last year, we sold 2,800 units. This year, we're on track to sell more than 10,000 and generate more than 2 million in revenue. The opportunity we have right now is a seed round. We've already secured 1.7 million in a combination of safe notes and this priced financing that those seed notes, that the safe notes will be converting at a 10% discount to this next priced round. It's at a 10 million valuation, and we're preparing to raise a larger Series A next year. So there's currently 800,000 available at a 10 million valuation. So that is
Great.
EVject. Happy to talk more as you have interest.
Great. Thank you guys for great presentations and appreciate your bearing with us through the difficulties here. So at this point, we're going to move to the breakout rooms, and we put in the chat box where the investors go. So if you guys could look at the chat box and see what room you go to, you just move straight to that breakout room. If you hit that join button, it should be taking you straight to that. For the companies, we're going to have one person in each room, except my room, they'll have two people. And when you finish my room, I'll have one at a time go to the other rooms. We're going to be talking about the 3X and 3 term sheet that we offer. We have a syndicate of investors that invest on a convertible note, but they have the option to convert to a revenue share agreement. I'll explain that to each of you in our group, and you can tell me what you think about that as a fit or not a fit for your deal. But we'll have that as more of a two at a time discussing that one. So with that, go ahead, guys, and let's move into the breakout rooms. For those in the audience, if you want to join some of these rooms to hear the questions, you're welcome to move around and experience it. These are companies that have joined our program and they're just trying to understand what the format and style of the program is because they'll be doing this in a few weeks. So with that, guys, thanks so much for a great presentation. I'll see you guys in the breakout room.